What's up? It's your girl Najah Lee. Thank you all for checking in to another episode of Leezy's Lead, brought to you by FreeYourLenz. If you have not followed the page to make sure that you are up to date with all the ins and outs of what's going on with FreeYourLenz, please make sure you go to the page today and follow. Check the feed. Make sure you like it up, comment it up, share it up, because it's some great content. All right, but we're gonna hop right on into it. This episode is called Pursuing Your Passion. And I know that a lot of people think they understand the concept and think they understand how to go about this in a way that is beneficial to not only you, but to the people in which you serve. If you are serving people, which we all should be, because, we're humans, and that's a part of, your job as being a living, breathing human on this planet, right? We're going to break this thing down, so walk with me, okay? Walk with me. I need your participation in this. So make sure while you're watching this, take some notes, comment, and give me some feedback. I want to see your perspective on this as well. Make sure that we are in line, because at the end of the day, Leezy's lead. I'm taking the lead, but I can't take the lead if you don't walk with me, okay? You got to walk with me. Guess what? I'm a leader. You heard me? But I don't mind rocking with other leaders. I don't mind playing the back and letting you do your thing too, and I'll follow you, right? This is a journey collectively, okay? So that's Leezy's lead. All right, let's hop into it. Pursuing your passion. We're going to first break down the word pursue. The etymology behind the word pursue. It's Anglo-French. Its first use was in the 14th century. It comes from a Latin word of proseci. I'm not too familiar with the Latin language, so if I didn't pronounce that right, check me. Whatever. I'm not above a check. But that word means to follow, okay, or to engage in. So the word pursue is a verb, right? And we all know what verb is. Shout out to my boy Verb. Verb requires action. A verb is not a word that can be used with no action, right? It is, the word itself is action. So pursue, to engage in, to follow, requires some type of momentum, some type of direction, okay? You can't see my feet, but I'm doing this. I'm stumping. You may hear it, but I'm doing. Just imagine with me, okay? Pursue. Okay. Let's break down the word passion. We're going to break down these two words and we're going to put them together. Passion. It comes from the 13th century. That's its first use. Of course, Anglo-French, Latin. Its Latin root word is passio, which means suffering or being acted upon, or patti, which means to suffer. Once again, if I mispronounce these Latin words, please check me in the comments. So, passion, a strong liking, desire for, or devotion to some activity, object, or concept. I will repeat. Passion, a strong liking, desire for, or devotion to some activity, object, or concept. Passion, pursuit, the pursuit of. So we're going to bring these two things together, right? Where two worlds collide. To engage in or to follow a strong liking, desire for, devotion, or to some activity, object, or concept. Okay? So for me, kind of how I look at things and I look at life as opportunities to evolve, opportunities to explore. And I look at the world as a huge playground, right? And even when I have obstacles, it's just an opportunity for me to create a solution to get around it. So pursuing your passion means that regardless of what's going around you, You have to be 100% devoted in the pursuit of your desire. 100% devoted in the pursuit of an object. Okay. And I'm going to kind of step away from an object because that can kind of get hairy when we talk about materialistics and commercialism and things like that, and actual tangible objects. So I'm going to kind of stick to in the pursuit of an activity, or a concept. So when you are devoted to an activity or a concept, what does that look like? Think about it, right? Think about it, your daily activities. What does it look like when you have a goal, you have a passion, and all day, every day, you are in constant pursuit of it? And of course, some of us have 9-to-5s, so literally we can't be, as soon as we wake up, going after the goal. But when you change your perspective and your outlook on the 9-to-5, your job is a resource for you to further pursue your passion. I'm gonna drop you on this. I'm gonna drop a little nugget on you. Okay. Here's a quote from Anthony Robbins. Passion is the genius of genius. Passion is the genius of genius. So first things first, once we understand what our passion is, I'm gonna pause right there. How do you filter the noise? How do you filter the noise and really fine tune and define what your passion is? First of all, you gotta get quiet. I say all the time, when you don't see me, I'm getting low. 10 toes down, head down, I'm getting real greasy. I gotta quiet out the world around me because it can be toxic. You know what I'm saying? We watch the news. If you're an empath, or if you have, if you empathize with the world and the struggles, it's difficult to tell everybody to shut up. Nah. Everybody get out of my way. Don't answer the phone. Don't get on Instagram. Don't respond to the text. Don't turn on the news. Who cares about who won the election? Blah, 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 blah. It's difficult to do that, right? But sometimes you have to do it, especially when you don't understand what your purpose is, what your mission is. So I'll give you a little backdrop about me. I mean, most of you know, if you're tuning in, that I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I'm an MC. I'm a writer. I'm a producer. Blah, blah, blah. Right? But this is something that I've been knowing of myself since I was a kid. I always wanted to work with my hands, and not in the landscaping realm, but I wanted to produce art with my hands. So early on, my mother got me a little keyboard, probably from the Toys R Us, rest in peace. Shout out to Toys R Us. Those are for the veterans of us. And I used to, bang on them keys. Didn't know what I was doing. Keyboard came with a little music guide, and I learned how to play Lean On Me by myself. I didn't have a teacher or anything like that, And shout out to all the creators out there who are self-taught, because many of us are. Many of us have gone to business school or engineering and majored in all these other degrees. They're totally different from creative arts, and we did that for a reason. Whatever that reason was. I went to business school because my mom graduated with her marketing degree. My brother graduated with his management degree. And it was just, a thing. You graduate high school, you go to college, and you major in business. Because at the end of the day, the goal was to, make sure you have a job. Now, although, I come from a household that's very creative. My mom is a seamstress. My brother is a fantastic artist. He can draw anything. And so growing up there, I oftentimes felt inadequate because I I didn't have the means to create how I wanted to create. When you know you want to make music, and music requires resources, it requires other devices to make it. You know, I didn't grow up in Brooklyn when I peeping people, you know, playing drums on the little, what's the little buckets and all that. You know, I come up from Cleveland. Cleveland is a different city, yo. Cleveland is a different city. Opportunities don't exist. Opportunities for creators do not exist. Unless you're talking about classical, you know, music or jazz or anything like that. I'm trying to get it out the mud in hip hop. I didn't come up in the wave with Bone, you know what I mean? So I'm on a back end of rap, hip hop, and R&B in a city that it doesn't exist. Too tough, right? We got legends, we got OGs, but that young flavor that I was trying to bring back or trying to create or tap into, that was an East Coast sound, it did not exist. The avenues for me to explore that did not exist. So I got to figure out ways to make this happen, right? But always knew in the back of my mind that, hey, I want to work within music. Didn't know what I wanted to do, right? Didn't know if I wanted to make beats, rap, what, mix on what. I didn't know anything. So one day, you know, fast forward, I'm in college, business degree, or pursuit of a business degree, and it was not a good experience for me. Getting good grades, of course, but just, I was there and I really felt like I was wasting my time. So I left. Called my mom, called my mentor. I said, hey, I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave school, and I think I'm gonna go to a different school where I specialize on recording arts. My mom, green light. Do whatever your heart feels, you know, that is leading you in that direction. Go ahead, go for it. My mentor, stupid idea. Don't do it. Stay here, get your degree. It's going to be a great degree. Go and get a job, yada, yada. Well, of course, I went with what I thought was best for me in my life at that time. And it was to pursue my recording arts degree. Okay, so that brings me here. In the land of technology, being able to do all of this, run this whole thing by myself. Of course, I have a studio at home, and I've had several different studios. I've worked with several artists, a plethora of artists in totally different genres. I've done live sound, I've done in-studio recording, I've done on-location recording, and then that's matriculated into, or manifested itself into, video and photography and digital arts and design and branding, and all of that grew from understanding what I knew I wanted to do. I knew my passion was music. If I did not go for it, I would have a business degree, probably a good little job, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the people with business degrees and good jobs. Good for you. Okay? But I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, because passion is the genius of genius. And to tap into that genius level of living, you got to be able to step outside the box. You have to be able to go against the grain. Do what people are telling you not to do. Do what's best for you. Because what's for you is for you when it's for you. So it doesn't matter what's going on around you. Okay? It does not matter what's going on around you. If you are tapped in, and that's what the kids saying, tap in, tap in. I'm OG, I've been saying that. If you are tapped in to what you love, to what's burning inside of you, you already won. The game is over. You're light years ahead of the person next to you. Not to say it's a competition, but you are light years ahead. Because you know what you want to do and you're going for it, right? Here's another quote about passion. The most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. The most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. So I'm going to ask you, what is your soul on fire for? What is your soul on fire for? What's your ultimate dream? And then I'm going to ask you this. You don't really have to think about this. This is for me. Okay, those are 2 quotes from other people, right? This is for me. What is a dream without a plan and subsequent action? That's a gut check. That's a gut check, yo. I gut check myself all the time, bro. What is a dream without a plan and subsequent action? I'm gonna break this down for you, right? You probably don't need it. Y'all smart. I got a smart crowd. A mentor before told me words create worlds. The difference, she also told me this, and shout out to Dr. Pratt, rest in peace. She also told me this, the difference between a goal and a dream is the written word. Okay? So a dream, we all dream. Let me tell you, to be a human, and we gonna drill down, to be black and human, to be black and conscious requires dreaming. Excuse me, a little itch. I'm gonna say it again. To be black and conscious requires dreaming. It's a part of our DNA. We have to. There's too much going against us for us not to. The day we stop dreaming is the day we die. So we have to dream. But the difference between one person and another person with 2 dreams, 2 individual dreams, is the person who writes theirs down and creates a goal, and the person who lets that dream live in the universe. Everything we touch, we feel, and we take advantage of and we use started out by something in somebody's head. It was an idea, a dream in somebody's head. Then they created a plan and they acted on it. They pursued it. Remember, pursue? They pursued it. So it's not enough just to dream. Facts. It's not enough just to dream. As a matter of fact, when you dream, like actual dreams, you forget most of your dreams. The only way to retain the things that you dream, the things that you think about, because we can't keep track of all of our thoughts. Our brain is a subconscious, it's a muscle that requires little of our activity or involvement. That's how brains work. Brains don't need us. A brain gonna brain. A brain gonna do what a brain gonna do. Subconscious and consciously, right? So when you're conscious of a dream, because most dreams, it's in a different realm. But when you're conscious of a dream, the first action you need to take is to write that dream down. Hey, what is that I just envisioned? Hey, what was that? I am of the thinking that ideas come from a different realm. I'm of the thinking that whether you believe in God or not, so let's keep it neutral, the universe, because everybody believes in the universe. I'm of the thinking that the universe blesses us individually with dreams and ideas and concepts. Then it is up to us to take what they've given us and put in our brain and transcribe that to words, to language, and then create a plan of attack. And then what? Attack. And then pursue. So it's almost like 3 steps here. You're blessed with a dream, so you conceive it. You translate it. You write it down. That writing it down part is the plan. And then last but not least, you gotta pursue that, baby. You gotta attack. You have to go after it like your life depends on it, because your life actually does depend on it. If you are created for something and you don't pursue that thing, I'm not gonna say it's a waste, like you're a waste, but you're missing out on the whole purpose of your life. And purposes evolve, right? Purposes evolve. So it's almost like, they give you a target. Universe gives you a target. You start out to pursue that target. You meet it. And then they move the goalposts on you, right? So I'm gonna take one of the biggest stars of our generation right now, LeBron James. LeBron James did what so many high school players only can imagine doing, right? He received endorsements, well, while he was in high school. He put a city on his back, and he carried that city to being the number 1 overall draft pick for a Cleveland Cavalier organization that needed a savior, per se. And so they crowned him King James. Fresh out of high school, King James. Okay. Now, when you step up to a plate that large, you can do one or two things. You can crumble. We've seen number 1 picks not get it done, Anthony Bennett. We've seen number 1 picks not get it done. He got it done, okay? He was everything that we needed for him to be at that time, right? So I would say that initial goal that he set to turn a franchise from being losing to winning was achieved, right? Then the goalpost was moved. Now, it's not good enough for us to just be winning. We thirsty now. We want that ship, okay? All right, boom. I'm going to get us to the spot. I'm going to get us there. Eastern Conference Finals, get swept. Okay, it happens, right? We got there. He moves on. The LeBron James moves on to Miami. He goes and gets his 2 rings there. He comes back to Cleveland. He gives us a ring. We're all grateful. We love it. 2016 champions. Cleveland on the map. You can never take it from us. Congratulations. Thank you, LeBron. However, the goalpost was moved, though. Because although we got the ring, he's still King James. He's still proving himself as being one of the best players to ever touch the basketball ever in the world in history, right? 1, 2, 3, top 3, depending on how you want to. This ain't debate time right now. Everybody know my goal, Mamba, but this ain't debate time. The goalpost was moved, and we have learned that his ultimate purpose in life is so far beyond basketball. It's beyond basketball. We understand just by how he moves and what he does that his purpose is to give back. Is to create a world where underprivileged youth have opportunities. And the playing field for Pepper Pike, Brattonall, Hudson, these are suburbs in Greater Cleveland, Ohio area. The playing field is here for those, and the people who are from East Cleveland, Akron, Kinsman, Garden Valley is down here, right? So the difference, if you come from this area, clearly you're there. You're already at the table. If you come from this area, right? I came from this area. LeBron came from that area. Akron, East Cleveland. If you come from this area, the hills, the valleys, the mountains that you need to climb and go through can be impossible. It can be impossible. But because of people like LeBron and others, clearly he's not the only one. But I'm just naming him because he's huge. Because of people like him and all the others that are continuing to pave the way, and people who are continuing to pursue their passion regardless of all the obstacles, they now create opportunities for others like myself, like other young adults, like other creators, to either be inspired, to bask in those, or to grasp those opportunities and take advantage of them. But that doesn't happen if he decides, I don't want to do this anymore. Because it's bigger than him. His passion, his life purpose is bigger than him. The most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. Wow. And like LeBron, some of my other heroes, I'm going to name a few. And if you don't know who they are, if you don't know about their story, I would suggest to download an app called Canopy, sponsored by your local library. You can log on with your library card, and you can listen to whatever, 10 credits a month. So it's like Netflix, but you have a limited quantity of things that you can check out. So I'm gonna drop some names, and I'm gonna tell you where to go find some information about them. Angela Davis. Everybody knows Angela Davis. But do you know Angela Davis? Do you know the contributions? These people, it is to your advantage to study their lives because it gives you power. Because whatever you're dealing with, you're not the only one. So you are united in struggle with some of your ancestors who are living legends right now. Okay, so Angela Davis. There is a documentary on her on Amazon Prime, and I feel like the director's name is Shyla. Yeah, it's escaping me right now, but it's called Free All Political Prisoners. I forget the name of it. And I don't know why, because I watched that documentary like 5 times. Anyway, check that out. Okay. Audre Lorde. My God, Audre Lorde. We don't credit her enough for her contributions to not only just the literary realm as far as poetry and prose, but as far as activism and feminism and LGBT representer, being black, she doesn't get enough. Okay, so I would say check out Audre Lorde. There is a book. She has several books, so anything that you can find on her, Sister Outsider, I would say start there. So you can go to Amazon, wherever you get your books, but you can also hit my page up, FreeYourLenz, and then click the link in the bio. You can get 15% off your next book purchase. Ava DuVernay. Wow. She's a beast. True testament of somebody who understood her purpose, never gave up. You know, she was working a full-time job well into her 40s or late mid-30s, I believe, something like that. And then, but she was still doing short films and things like that on the side. So she was pretty much juggling 2 full-time jobs, one being her breadwinner, one being the creative aspect. And until she did Selma. And Selma changed the trajectory of her life. So shout out to her. Check out Array now. And she has a bunch of films, black films, that she featured from creators all over the world. And she's doing some phenomenal things as it relates to filmmakers and trying to remold Black Hollywood. She's great. She's great. We love her. And by we, I mean I. And by I mean we. On that same note, Issa Rae. My God, Issa Rae. Issa Rae, from YouTuber to all over the fucking place, bro. She's doing everything. Her hand is in everything. She was doing commercials during the dang on NBA playoffs. Everybody knows her hit show, Insecure, and where she plays herself but not really herself. It's just the cinematography, everything's great about it. Make sure you go to her YouTube, because she still has a YouTube page where she still features a ton of short films from other filmmakers from all over the world. She has challenges and all type of stuff on her YouTube. So get in tune. Really get in tune with Issa Rae and what she's doing. Lovebirds came out as a funny movie, quirky movie. So if you want a good laugh, make sure you check that out as well. And then one of my other, as far as I got two more people actually. Walter Mosley, a phenomenal writer. I think, to me personally, he's the best fiction writer of our generation. The best fiction writer of our generation. He can write literally about anything. Make sure you check him out. I was introduced to him. I jumped into mid-series like a goof, but Bad Boy Brawley Brown. That's like book 9 of the Easy series. So make sure for sure you check him out. He had a hand in, or has a hand in, Snowfall, the hit show on FX. Great writer. Phenomenal writer. And then last but not least, Bell Hooks. I can talk for hours about Bell Hooks. Be sure to check out a documentary on her on Canopy. And make sure, if you have not read Ain't I a Woman. All women and men should read that book, Ain't I a Woman. And she wrote that book in her early college years, which is crazy. Her early undergrad years. So to be able to have that type of insight on who you are as a woman, as a black woman living in a world that's not black friendly, and all the intersections in between as it relates to gender, politics, identity, family dynamics, and all that is otherworldly. Definitely check out Bell Hooks, Ain't I a Woman, okay? And so those are just a few of my heroes. I got a long list of heroes, because for me, it benefits me to learn about other people, about their histories, about how they prevailed, because I understand, one, that I'm not alone, and number two, I understand that it can be done, okay? It can be done. We all had dreams, and the only way to kind of learn how to plot out your plan is to see what other people did, right? They say you got to know history. You have to know history. History will help you avoid obstacles and create solutions to accomplish or overcome those obstacles, okay? So I want y'all to give me some feedback. Who are some people that you look up to? I want to read what you're reading. What type of self-help books, or whatever you're doing right now, what type of practices that you have in place that keeps you on the task and keeps you in constant pursuit of your passion. Give me some feedback. Make sure you follow me on Najah_Lee and FreeYourLenz, okay? You can comment, subscribe, share, like, do all that sexy stuff, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that we are in constant connection, because Leezy's Lead is not a one-person show. It's a community. It's you and I, me and you, walking along this journey of life, trying to help each other, build each other up, and keep us standing and fighting and in constant pursuit of what? Of our passion. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.